Hello, hello. Is that the right microphone? Yes, it is. Hi, Bill. Good morning. Good day. Good whatever it is for you. Good night. Good whatever. Hi, Bill. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're all back together again, or soon to be. Oh, RVX. Good afternoon. I'm glad that you're here. Because I have to exclusively reveal your total correctness with your guess of who our new centre back is. You guessed it immediately, and you were totally right. And I couldn't be more excited to tell you that Big Ricky is here. He's actually younger. I didn't realise. I thought Nathan would be older, but Cedric Ake is 23 and Nate Ake is only 20. So there you go. Ricky and Nate are both in. The Ake twins, the Ake brothers are both here. I'm really excited to tell everybody. Yeah, well, nice one, you RVX. Fantastic guess. Hi, Owen. Hi, Starbury. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so looking forward to taking you all through the squad. Hi, Martin. The squad is looking strong, especially if you go by assistant reports. You know, we've got a bunch of 4-star players in here, a couple of not so much, but I mean, one of them's John Welsh and one of them is Panzer. We kind of love Panzer, don't we? So he just sort of stays. But I mean, in terms of potential, look at the state of our team in terms of how they're going to develop over time. Absolutely phenomenal. Some of the players I've signed are truly excellent. And I'm one in particular. I mean, actually it's not Nathan Ake. He is good. He is good. Don't get me wrong. But I'm looking forward to introducing you to the new squad. Whoops, go down to selection info. But yes, welcome back. Thank you for rejoining me after the 24-hour stream. I've just about recovered. Quite tired still. Sleep. I'll never be able to get enough sleep, I think, is the problem. And I had to wake up a little bit earlier than I wanted this morning because I had some work I had to do before we came on stream. So I got a decent night's sleep, but I probably need about 11 hours a night for the foreseeable. But we've got some good players. It's just really it's a case of, I mean, you can see from some of the names will be familiar to you if I'm looking down the list. Ryan Williams, for example. I don't know if this is, in fact, it can't be because he's only 21. But I signed Ryan Williams on loan. Partly because his name is Ryan Williams and he's named after CMO 102 legend Ryan Williams, but also that he was a really highly rated winger. He's actually rated as one of my best players in the entire squad, even though I disagree. But as you will have seen that I alluded to on Twitter, I actually realised after I'd made or when I was sort of content with my squad, I realised that we have the homegrown player rule in effect, which I'd completely forgotten about, and you needed homegrown players. So we got lucky with a few of our homegrown players. So it just so happens that so little Ricky counts, Cedric Ake counts, and Nathan Ake counts because he was at Chelsea. The literal child counts because he's been here since he was 16. He's now 19, so he counts as trained at club. Welsh counts obviously because he was at Liverpool. Hughes obviously counts. Robinson counts, which is just a fluke, but then they were all the ones I had, and you need a minimum of 6 in every squad. So I had a bit of a disaster, so I signed Williams and Digby on loan, partly to bolster my trained-in nation, but I also felt like I needed another winger just in case, just to mix things up a little bit. And also Digby is a central midfielder who's a little bit creative. He's a little bit more of a forward-thinking midfielder because, as you'll see in a minute, all of the central midfielders that I've signed, or most of the new central midfielders that I've signed, are naturally sitting midfielders. They're not sort of adventurous, advanced, pushing forward type midfielders. So Digby, I thought he brought a little bit extra. But anyway, we'll go through the whole squad. We're 5 minutes in. Everybody should be here by now. Hello, everybody. Oh, here we go. Yes. RVX, that 16-year-old wonder kid striker, didn't go anywhere. He's just still at wherever he was. He rejected us, so that was the end of that. Hello everybody, CM Tid, Clay Play, Martin, NJ, Birchie, Bill. Oh, Bill was already here. Plumpy. Hello everybody. Birchie, thank you very much for well done at the weekend. Thank you very much. All good. Yes, I felt fine at the time. I just immediately passed out as soon as we came off stream. I pressed the button, went over to the couch, and just went bosh, fell straight asleep. Shouldn't have let Shilton go. Yeah, Shilton's gone. We released Johnson Shilton as a sort of ceremonial release at the end of the 24-hour stream to celebrate. How much did the contract negotiations cost? Are we bankrupt now? Well, yes and no. We are bankrupt to a degree. Hi everybody who's joining. Yes, Colmanizer, hi. Funyuns, hello. Hello everybody, well done for being here again. Hello Dale, thanks for coming back everybody, thank you. Are we bankrupt now? So yes, let's answer that question first. We are sort of bankrupt is the answer, yes. So we've still got $1 million in the bank, so that's fine. But the problem, we do have a slight problem, which is that I don't know if you can actually see this because I think my stupid face is in the way. Yes, it is. Hang on, let me move my big stupid face out of the way for just a moment. Let's just turn it off for a second so you can actually see. Go away, there we go. So you can see from the top right corner that we have 0 transfer budget remaining and we are £1,700 a week over the wage budget because I basically was forced to renegotiate a lot of contracts with people and I was sort of forced to pay a few of them more than I really wanted. However, the good news is that the board are still allowing me to offer up to £2,000 a week. So I currently have a bid in for Fabian Brandy, who I've been sort of coveting ever since the beginning of this stream. He's still fairly highly rated by my scouts, and crucially, he is a homegrown player. Ormgrown is Andy Ormgrown. So this is what we want. We want as many homegrown players as possible. The other thing about Fabian Brandy is that he's naturally a striker, and I would put him on the bench ahead of Mamute, who isn't homegrown. He will be homegrown at the end of the season because he will have been with us for 3 years. But Brandy is homegrown right now, so he could be a very useful addition. And not only that, it is Fabian Brandy. We all sort of know who he is, former Manchester United winger striker. Oh, D-Max, Luke, hi. Team's looking good. Yeah, I was just sort of quickly taking everybody through what I've been working on. So these are the homegrown players that are contracts expired at the moment. But let's go through the squad now that everybody's here. So we'll start with the man from Belmonte. Arguably not our first choice goalkeeper anymore. I think he is going to start the season as our first choice goalkeeper, but the reserve goalkeeper that I have signed is a whole gold star better than him, apparently, according to my coaching staff. But I think I'm going to have to take it a little bit slow. I don't want to just completely wreck the team immediately. So I will be gradually easing him in. And hopefully before he gets annoyed and comes to me and tells me that he wants first team football. So that's the man from Belmonte. This is my new goalkeeper, Mate Biuk. It's obviously not Mate, but we're just going to call him Mate anyway. He is a Croatian under-21 international, current Croatian under-21 international, on a free transfer. This is a shout out to Penna, because obviously he constantly reminds me to check all of the under-21 and under-19 teams, even though I always do it habitually anyway. And you'll be happy to know that the majority of my new signings came from European under-21 international sides, of which Mate Biuk, whatever, just call him Mate, was the not the pick of the bunch, but he was definitely the best goalkeeper of the bunch. He is a 4-star rated goalkeeper, 5-star potential, a whole star better than Belmonte, but I don't want to just throw him straight into the team. I don't think he can speak English. No, he can't speak English, which doesn't really matter because I don't think anybody in my squad can speak English anyway, but I think we'll gradually introduce him over the course of the season. We'll sort of, we'll just have to bring him in and out for Belmonte. Goalkeeper is an important position to keeping the whole rest of the team solid. And I think just ditching Belmonte is a bad idea just because he's rated higher. So we will get there. But Mate, exactly. So yes. Our man from Belmonte or our mate from Zagreb, exactly. Was he from Zagreb? Oh, he's from Split. Yes, he's a Split mate. So anyway, yes, so he's good and he's going to get better as well. He's only 20. So the goalkeeping position, the other thing, of course, is that Belmonte is going to retire at some point. He hasn't announced it yet, but he's 36. He's going to be 37 at the end of the season. At some point, he surely will retire to co-ownership of the Dog and Duck with the stud. Surely it has to happen. So now we've got goalkeeper sealed, and we've got until 2020. We've got him tied down for the next 5 years. So that's good. He's on £1,000 a week, but as you'll see, I mean, everybody, you all just have to forget about people being paid in the hundreds of pounds now. CM Tid warned us on a previous stream, once you're in the professional divisions, everybody wants at least £1,000 a week. And I have to say, I have to take a little bit of credit. Anybody that you see that's on less than £1,000 a week, I deserve a round of applause and a high five, because honestly, getting people to accept less than £1,000 a week is so difficult. Everybody wants over £1,000. Some of the contract renewals, they started at wanting £3,000 a week. Some of my existing players, I had to really argue them down, and it was very difficult. Yes, any help from new parent club? I mean, no, absolutely no help whatsoever. They were useless, and all of their players that I approached on loan, they actually have a brilliant goalkeeper, an already 5-star rated goalkeeper who's available for loan in their reserves. I approached him, they accepted, but he rejected me. So having Fulham as a parent club so far has been a complete waste of time because their players aren't interested in coming to play for me, which sort of sucks. In fact, the loan market has generally sucked pretty hard, though that allows me to segue beautifully into Paul Digby, who we've already talked about. Paul Digby is on loan from Barnsley. He's a decent central midfielder because remember we lost Marveggio in the summer. Marveggio left on a free transfer before I could renegotiate his contract. But I think we probably reached the limits of what Marveggio could do anyway. Digby's come in as a sort of replacement for him. He's only on loan. We're not paying him any money. He hasn't got, he's on £650 a week, but we're not paying any of his wages. And he's, decent teamwork, good pace, he's a good passer. He's got a bit of creativity. He definitely isn't going to start, nowhere near, because you'll see the central midfielders that I have signed who are going to start. But if we find ourselves in a pinch, I think he'd be a decent player for that sort of deep lying playmaker central midfield role. So he's a sort of a squad player. Right, okay, Marek Drobnak, one of my more exciting central midfield signings. He is a defensive midfielder. Don't be fooled by his 16 for penalty taking, which makes his attributes look better than they are. But he's got some decent 14s in there. He's got 14s for first touch, free kicks we don't really need, but 14 for marking, 14 for free kicks. Then he's got 15 for stamina, and then he's got decent numbers. He's only 20, a current Slovakian under 21 international. In fact, he's got one cap for the full Slovakian team. He is definitely a good industrious central midfielder. Moves around. I mean, he's only got 10 for natural fitness, but good balance, good anticipation, good concentration. Good little tackling central midfielder, but I could also release him forward a little bit as well because he can pass a little bit. He's a defensive sort of central sitting midfielder, and I imagine that's where he'll probably start. So, but he's an amazing signing. He's such a good player. Looks like a maniac. Yes, what a face he has. Yes, he does look like he's either a hairdresser who's struggling with his gender, or he is a total serial killer psychopath. I'm not sure which one. It could be both. Maybe both. It would make a very interesting movie. Okay, moving on. Who have we got next? My new reserve right back, Geraldes. I think he's a Sporting Lisbon. Oh no, it's not him. He was a. I thought it was I tried to sign somebody from Sporting Lisbon who was a Sporting Lisbon youth kid, but he's a Maya Lidador, former youth player. But I mean, he's basically, again, he's a sort of a reserve right back. £1,200 a week is a lot, but 24 bags of potential. Playing, he's been playing. I think he's been playing reasonably. Yeah, last season he was at Belenenses and he got 7.37. I think it's pretty good. Reserve right back, maybe cost a little bit too much money, but I signed him on for a long time because I think his resale value will be really high. He's only valued at 22k at the moment, but I reckon his resale value will be incredibly good. With hindsight, I signed him before the homegrown players rule reared its ugly head. I wish that I had known that was coming in, or I'd remembered, because I would have just signed an English homegrown right back to be our reserve right back. So I've completely stuffed that up, but he still looks good anyway. I still think he's going to be a good signing. Chris Donahue, welcome. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Yes, excellent. Sorry for being late. Don't worry about it, mate. We're making our way through the squad. So Geraldes is our new reserve right back, and he's just mentally, he's got it all going on. He's got it all just tucked away there in his brain. Everything. Look at all of it. He's amazing. I mean, he's even got a bit of creativity, marking. He can't cross, but he's got everything else going for him. I think he's going to be quite good. Oh yes. So one thing that has happened is you'll all remember young Tim Avery, who was a whinging little sod. He's gone. Tim Avery has gone. I forget who he's gone to, but he's gone abroad. He's gone to somewhere. I think he went to a club in Portugal, actually. They gave me £100,000 for him, and I'd already signed Grabovac. So I was like, fine, Tim, you can just go. Grabovac plays in exactly the same position. He wanted £1,500 a week, but he's a Croatian under 21. He was in the under 21 squad. He can finish. He can run really fast. He's extremely agile, and he's actually really good in the air as well. Not jumping, but his heading is really good. So I played a few pre-season friendlies. I'll show you our friendly results in a minute. We got some excellent friendly results pre-season. We beat Liverpool 3-1. And they had a pretty good team out as well. So we had some really good results in pre-season. And this kid, Grabovac, playing off the left. Not playing as a striker, but playing off the left as an inside forward. Another right-footed left winger. He's just excellent because he's got the instincts of a striker. So he just cuts in off the left. He's similar to, when we were playing Sosa up front, just to the left, and having Sosa being in that kind of wing position. He's brilliant at that, so I'm really happy with him. Also, already valued at £625,000. So that's also good news. So he's, again, one for the future, but one for now. Amazing. Headchick we already had. He's the central defender. I think that even though he looks good and he played well for Telford, he's not a homegrown player. And because he's kind of only all right, I'm currently trying to sign former Middlesbrough centre-back Adam Jackson, who a lot of you will have heard of. I'm trying to sign Adam Jackson to be one of my reserve centre-backs instead of Headchick because of the homegrown player rule. I've kind of completely stuffed it on the homegrown player rule, and Jackson is technically better than Headchick, and even though Headchick has got a lot of potential, that homegrown rule is going to completely stuff me. So I'm going to try and replace Headchick in the squad with Adam Jackson. Yes, Tim Avery sounds like an annoying kid with special abilities in a Stephen King novel. Exactly, so that's why he's gone. That's why we've got rid of him. So anyway, we've got Headchick at the moment. We'll probably let him go. Obviously, we've still got Hughesy. Comfortably our best right. Well, actually, he's not even our best right winger anymore because Ryan Williams technically is, but obviously Hughes is going to be playing. What a lad! Look at him. Oh God, I love him so much. I've also sorted out all the training. So the training is all done. You will have all seen Jadson, but a quick reminder because he only sort of featured right at the end of the last stream. We signed. Oh, thank you for the host. Who's that? Curly Davis. Thank you, Curly, for the host. We signed Jadson at the very end of the last stream. Free transfer, Brazilian, not a youth international, but I mean, surely it's to come. Really good attacking central midfielder. He's actually he's rated better than Molnar by my coaches, which is ridiculous, really. But I mean, if Molnar does pick up another 9-month broken leg or something, at least now we've got Jadson to play in there because of course we've lost Capolino. He's gone. So Jadson is now that sort of flare 15, that sort of flary attacking central midfielder, and acceleration 16 will do well in League 2, I think. Who else have we got? Right, okay, this is my best signing. He is comfortably my best player who's come out of the free transfers. Well, maybe, I think he is anyway. Marian Luboja. I'm not sure exactly how to say his surname, but we'll probably just call him Marian Lubolia. Not sure if anybody actually has the pronunciation for him. I'm pretty sure it's Luboja. But anyway, he is just, I mean, look at him. He's such an all-rounder. They say that he's a defensive midfielder centre, but I mean, I haven't actually looked at his attributes, but he can't possibly be like an anchor man or anything. It says, defensive midfielder support. So even though he technically wants to play in that defensive midfield position, this is the thing, right? If you put him up into actual midfield, which is where we're going to play him, he is an advanced playmaker support. So even though it says he's a defensive midfielder, I mean, look at his attributes. He's got the attributes to play in any of those positions. Even though he's got position in 13, tackling 15, I actually think he'd be wasted as a defensive midfielder because he's got so much else going on. He's such an all-rounder, it's incredible. He is a brilliant signing. I don't know who to start. I might actually start him on that left-sided central midfield role, which is the ball-winning midfielder role, because he can tackle, he has got good positioning, and good anticipation, and he's just got good everything. But the other thing is that if he does win the ball back, unlike John Welsh, he doesn't have to just hand the ball off to somebody else immediately. He could actually do something with the ball, so he could actually drive forward. So what a player he is. Lubolia, yeah, exactly. Is he Paul Pogba in Biscay? Exactly. Mazza, exactly. Lubolia, Lubolia. That's what I would have said, something like that. He isn't very aggressive, no, which is why I don't know if he's really that sort of. He's not very brave. He's not very aggressive. So that's why I'm not sure if he is a tackling midfielder, whether he should be more of a creative midfielder. But God, I have signed another player with a very famous name, though it isn't actually the famous player. I've signed a very famously named central midfielder who we'll get to in a minute, who is amazing. Of course, Mamute, Mr. Marmite. He is. Yeah, somebody said, should he be called the silent assassin? Dale, I did enjoy the John Welsh video. Yes, thank you. Mamute, yes, Mamute is still our sub striker. Mainly because I haven't found anybody better yet. But like I say, if we manage to sign Fabian Brandy, there's a good chance that Mamute will be going back to the reserves for a while. I mean, even though I quite like Mamute, he is looking a bit limited, isn't he? He could do with a little bit more development. He still won't go on loan. Maybe I could try and send him to Woodley Sports. We'll see if we'll go to Woodley Sports. But because players are more keen to play for Woodley Sports, I've noticed, because they're actually in a division. I tried to send a few of my players to Wellingborough, they rejected. Then I tried to send them to Woodley and they went. So I mean, Yeah, so Woodley is more of a draw, obviously, for players, a much more prestigious side. But that's Mamute, we all know about him. Molnar, we already had, of course, the Gavel playing attacking central midfield. He's going to be my starting attacking central midfielder because I love him and he's amazing. Even though my coaches are trying to tell me that Jadson, he's not better, he's as good. Molnar would be a good player for most League Two sides. Could be a leading player in League One. And it also says it's the potential to be a lot better than Jadson's current level of ability, but Jadson can improve too. So Molnar and Jadson seem to be on similar levels, but Molnar's got better attributes, so he's clearly going to start. So we all know about Molnar. Panzer, don't need to do Panzer. We already know about him. New attacking right midfielder, Renato Santos. Oh, I love his name so much. He sounds super exotic. He was the Sporting Lisbon youth player, former youth player for Sporting. So he's come up through the Sporting youth system. Incredible pedigree, really good winger, can play on both sides, which is also very useful because he's quite versatile. He's quite quick. He's a decent dribbler. He's got a good bit of flair, good off the ball, good techers down there. He's got good numbers in all the right places to be quite an effective winger. He's going to be a squad player. Obviously, he's not going to be starting ahead of Hughes. And I mean, he probably wouldn't even start ahead of Ryan Williams at this point, based purely on the homegrown player rule. I probably would have Williams, but Renato Santos is in permanently. Got him on a 2-year contract. Got a good feeling about him. He's just a good player, and also he's very pretty as well. He's got that nice haircut. You know, he's a very classy young man. I feel like he's the guy. Yeah, why do people don't like Mamute? Yeah, people don't like Mamute because he's a bit of a gobby. He's a bit gobby. Robinson, we all know about. Robinson nearly got jettisoned at the beginning of the season, or towards the end of the pre-season, until I realised that he had the homegrown, and so I was like, we better keep Josh Robinson around. He's actually technically, I think, one of my best defenders. Yeah, he's my second best defender behind Nathan Ake. As much as I like Dusty, Gail Venner, as much as I love Dusty, I'll probably be playing Robinson ahead of Dusty purely because of the homegrown player rule. I mean, also because he is technically my second best centre-back, or he's equal best with Nathan Ake. I probably will be playing Josh Robinson, but I'm going to try and sign Adam Jackson, as I said, on a free transfer. If I manage to get Jackson, I don't know how good he is exactly compared to the rest of my squad, so he could change everything. Okay, this is my other central midfielder. He's with a famous name. It isn't actually him, but Schneider has come through the Ajax youth system. So another brilliant player with incredible pedigree, Rodney Schneider, attacking central midfielder, left-footed central midfielder, can also play left and right midfield. Not that we play in those positions, but he can play in them. The only thing that lets him down, I think, are his physical attributes, but otherwise, first touch, flair, long shots, even passing technique, teamwork and work rate are decent. He's another decent all-round midfielder. Really like him. I also like the fact that he's very forward thinking. I think in the reports, the central midfielder, advanced playmaker attack. my coaches rate him as my best central midfielder by some distance, a full star better than Luboya. A full star better, so it's probably going to be those two that start as my two central midfielders. In fact, I say probably, it definitely is. Big fan of Schneider. In pre-season, he was just excellent. I mean, he just threads little balls through the defence. Really, really good. He is Wesley Schneider's brother. Is he actually? Snyder's his brother. How to spell it? Dundee United, and then went AWOL. Really, wow. Yes, he has a wand of a left foot. I've got a pretty good idea that he does. Whether he does or not, I mean, he's probably going to be taking all of our corners from the right hand side. That reminds me, I need to set my corner takers. But Rodney Schneider, what a player! It looks like he's going to be a real player. He's still only 24 as well. A lot going on with him. Obviously, we all know about Dusty, legend. Really love him. I really want to play him. I'm just going to have to decide what I do exactly about that. The Literal Child is our starting left back this season, no doubt about it. He's been our best. He's been better than Panzer pretty much ever since he came into the team. Managed to tie him down eventually. Only got him down to £450 a week. The only problem is people whose wages are reasonably low are on massive bonuses. so the bonuses, we're going to have to do well this season just to pay the bonuses. But I've got to tell you, we have made a fortune from pre-season friendlies. So I think that I have made enough money in pre-season from the friendlies to pay all of the exorbitant fees that I've promised to players and agents. John Welsh, we all know about. John Welsh hasn't got any worse. 31-year-old now. Still a really solid tough tackling central midfielder. Signed him on for a couple more years. He's going to be great, and I think he'll actually be a really good... Oh, he's already got staff attributes. Oh, okay. I was about to say I think he'll be a really good coach, but actually it turns out he's going to be a rubbish coach. But what can you do? So that's John Welsh. We've seen Ryan Williams already, but here's another look at him. I mainly signed him because he's incredibly fast and he's good at dribbling. But he can also play all across those attacking midfield positions, and he could fill in as a striker if we had problems. So he's a good versatile attacking midfielder, and he's cost zero because he's on 3,900 a week and we're paying none of it. So that's very useful. The loan market was very limited. Adjani's still here, of course. Signed him on for an extra, put an extra year on the end of his contract. Had to bump his wages up a little bit, but I needed to get them all full time. Obviously, we all know about little Ricky. Probably big Ricky now because his younger brother is here. So we may have to upgrade him to large Ricky. Since he's like slightly older. Oh, Steve with the PH. Hi. Yes, I'm all good, mate. Very good. As you can probably tell, I'm slightly hyper. Feeling really good about today's stream, actually. I've been looking forward to showing you all the players. And then the jewel in the crown, Nathan Ake. I mean, okay, looking at his attributes, you might think he looks like a pretty average centre-half. But he is going to become a Premier League centre-back in the future. 4.5-star potential. He's still my second-best centre-back. You might be like, 9 for tackling? What are you doing? I'm signing Nathan Ake. Don't at me. The other thing about Nathan Ake is that he's left-footed, which is very important. We haven't had a left-footed centre-back. I don't think... Rosso was left-footed. Oh, I've sold Rosso and Albrechtsen. I'll take you through the players I've sold in a minute. But he is left-footed, which does mean that he can't play right next to his brother. So it's going to be Ake, then Venner or Robinson, and then Cedric. But we do have 2 of our 4 centre-backs are the Ake brothers. So that's very exciting. And I think that might be nearly it. Are we nearly at the end? Bart. Oh, obviously, we all know about Bart, man. He stays up front. And then, yeah, we're back to Belmonte. So pretty good squad, I would say. A very good summer business. I'm extremely happy with it. Let's go to the transfer history and I'll show you who's gone. So here's the players out. As you can see, lots and lots of players out. All of those signings cost me nothing in transfer fees. We've made 135k. Oh, Shamrock Rovers signed Tim Avery. Yes, I was wrong about him going to Portugal. I couldn't remember. So Tom Kilby was one of our best central midfielders according to my coach ratings, though I didn't agree. He was the one that wanted £3,000 a week when I tried to renegotiate his contract. So I was like, I don't think so, Tom. So we sold him to Eastbourne Borough for not very much. Where did he go? £500 to Eastbourne Borough. He's probably now one of their best players. I released a lot of players on free transfers. Leggett is gone. Clough is gone. Unfortunately, I lost Dan Lundberg and Zach Thompson to Gillingham, who came in and stole both of them. On free transfers, which was a little bit frustrating, but you know, I probably wasn't going to give them full-time contracts anyway. They both looked okay. I now wish, of course, that I had made more of an effort to keep Zach Thompson as my reserve right back because of the homegrown player rule, but at the time I didn't know that, so I released him. All of these players are gone. Those of you that were on the 24-hour stream will know that Johnson Shilton has gone on a free transfer to celebrate, so he's now gone officially. So, you know, wave your flags and pop your poppers and whatever. I let the Miller ship go. Hay, Smits, Backman, the Ram. The Ram also wanted like £3,500 a week to stay, so I don't think so. Tim Avery, yeah, Shamrock Rovers just swooped in with £100,000 for Tim Avery, and I was particularly delighted to see him go to a different league, like a different country altogether. So obviously I took that. We lost a few, but Moylo, I let him go to Millwall for free. Let a few players go. Federico Rosso. San Martin came in with 35k for Federico Rosso. I decided that he's lost it, even though he was our reigning player of the year. I think we all agreed that Rosso just lost it in that second season. He did so. I mean, he still scored for us 9 times last year, but his actual defending, which is the thing that we need him to do, was just dreadful. So yeah, decided that we had to let him go. And the same went for a few other players. Albrechtsen, yeah, he was the one that went to Portugal. I knew somebody went to Portugal. Went to, I think it's Paco Ferreira, isn't it? Is it Paco Ferreira or? Oh, show me the full name of the team. Just P Ferreira. Yeah, Passos Ferreira. Okay, it was Paco, but with the C with a little thing. So Albrechtsen went off there for free. Thor wasn't even on a permanent contract. I had to release Joe Jordan. He just isn't getting anywhere. He's just not getting any better. It's a shame, really, because I really wanted him to develop, but he's just still got 5 for tackling. So I decided I had to get rid of Joe Johnson, which was a bit of a shame. Jailson was gone. I released Sebastian Alonso on a free transfer. Nobody would sign him from me, and I just knew he wasn't going to play. His wages were a problem. There was just no point keeping him. And then we sent a bunch of players to Woodley Sports. So Roger, Stuart Moore, Simunak, who I signed up long term. I've just got a feeling that he's going to be amazing. I don't know. Winters as well. My scouts really rate this Daryl Winters. So yeah, he's gone on loan. And then Otis Collis. So I had to sign him. I had to give him a reasonable contract. I didn't really want to spend £550 a week on a player that I've never had in my first team before. But he just has a little bit of the wonder kid about him. As a central midfielder, I just have a feeling that I'm not going to regret signing him on a permanent deal. And actually, as I signed him on a permanent deal, a bunch of clubs were all like League One and Championship clubs were sort of hovering around him. So I tied him down as quickly as I could. So there you go. Joe Jordan's gone. Yeah, Joe Jordan's gone. Sorry, Joe Jordan. Leggett is gone. Sorry, Luke. Unfortunately, there was very little I could do. Oh, are there any new signings in the reserves? I actually have a very small reserve squad. I spent most of my... No, I don't think I have signed anybody new for the reserves. I have signed a new under-18. Here he is, Brahim Tran. Striker, attacking midfielder, right, left, French. Again, just 18, very small wages. Signed him up long-term just in case he develops. And if he doesn't, then he can just go and play for Woodley Sports for a few years. But he looked like a decent 18-year-old, I thought. Good determination. Already a decent dribbler, decent off the ball. I mean, it seemed like an okay signing. I don't think any of the other... Oh, is he new? He might be new as well. Mahmout Hanefi Budak, another one who... I just did a quick search for just 16-year-olds with numbers that were above 12. And I saw that he had 16 for long shots and 16 for penalty taking. And he's already got 12 for composure, 13 for balance. His teamwork and work rate isn't too bad. So I just thought, well, he's 16. He's coming in for £55 a week. I might as well just give him a shot as well. So I just signed a couple. But most of my pre-season was spent getting my current players on actual contracts, or just releasing them on free transfers. I signed Tyler Blackett down long term because my scouts or my coaches really thought that he had the potential to develop. I was going to release him on a free transfer, and then I realised that actually I don't have many players in my reserves. I don't actually have a spare left back in case one of my left backs gets injured. I have this Victor Naibi to play. I think I've offered him. Oh, I haven't offered him a new contract, but I should have done. Because I'm actually quite short of players, but I have to have a fairly small squad because my wage budget only goes so far. Let's give him 10 grand and tell him to just drop all of these. Oh no, that's bad. Just get rid of that one then. I'm giving you 10 grand. There we go. Whatever. He's not going to play very much anyway. I just need him as a backup just in case. Yeah, the problem is that I just don't have the money. The wage budget that I was given looked really generous, and then the amount of money I'm having to pay everybody is crazy. Almost half my squad are on over £1,000 or more a week, and even the ones that aren't are still up to. These are players that were previously on. Mamute, to his credit, took £140 a week on a full-time deal. So, Mamute, you might... Fair enough, you're going to give him a hard time. I do understand. So there's a problem with Jadson. He won't sign a full-time contract because he's only just signed one. I only just recently signed a new deal. So he's only just arrived. He won't renegotiate his contract. And Kedchik also, at the moment, is not interested in signing a new contract because he says he wants first-team football. Yet another reason to find a replacement. But everybody else is on full-time deals. But, the likes of Cedric Ake, Welsh, Bartos... they were all on like £120 a week, and now I've had to bump them way up, but they're still under 1,000. I really do deserve credit, and I will take it. I'll award myself credit for keeping this many players under £1,000 a week, because they all wanted over 1,000. I managed to just hammer them down with some solid negotiation. Mike lost his face after streaming for 24 hours. Oh yeah, I turned my webcam off. I turned it off for a second there so you could see all of the stuff. I'm back here. I'm here. Otis Collins sitting at the end of the bench. Nice. So a few players have gone. A few players are back. Ryan Williams is worth 1.3 million. He sure is. But he's only here on loan. But yeah, Grabovac, Bartos, Hughes. We've got some decent valuations in for players now. We've got five there, five of our own players who are valued at 500k or more. So we've got, value wise, we're looking pretty decent. I'm not going to throw any strops. It's only going to be that it's going to be more difficult to shift players out now if they start moaning about not playing. It's going to be harder to shift them. I can't just release them from their paltry contracts on free transfers. But yeah, there we go. So some internet research tells me I'm team capsize. Oh yeah. I'm glad you like the South Park game. Yeah, the stud is here as a coach. I don't think there's been that much. I did do a little bit of staff fiddling. How do you see your staff? How do you see your staff? Oh, there they are, staff. So I've also updated the kits, as you'll see. I couldn't change the name of the stadium, which was unusual, but in the editor, it actually doesn't let you change the name of the stadium. So unfortunately, that poll that we did is meaningless because you literally couldn't. I did go into the editor just to change the name of the stadium, and I couldn't. So we are at the AFC Ruston Stadium, which I think we'll all just affectionately refer to as the Dog and Duck. It'll always be the Dog and Duck in our hearts. It's like when, St James's Park, Newcastle, was sponsored by Sports Direct. No one's calling it the Sports Direct Arena, are they? Everyone's going to call it St James's. There's even, officially no one's calling it that. But yes, Calm is now our shirt sponsor, as some of you will have seen on Twitter. In terms of my staff, there hasn't been that much turnaround. Rodrigo Astudillo is in as a coach. He's not a brilliant coach by all accounts. He does have good knowledge, though, of his various holidays to places like Mexico and Peru. So yes, he's a very useful for that point of view. I got a couple of new scouts in. Yeah, 17 for judging player potential. One is that the same one? No, I got 2 Icelandic scouts, both of whom have 17 for potential. I think I got a new physio, did I? Was it this guy, Danilo Menz? Yes, I got a new physio who can actually do physiotherapy. He was the only decent one I could find. But otherwise, I think it's all pretty much the same. Hales is still here. Where's Martin Lee? There's Martin Lee is still here. Mike Duff is still here. Fortune, Astudillo are both still here. So we've still got the staff that we had largely. There hasn't been that much. He has decent attacking coaching, but not really good enough. Not really good enough. Like if it wasn't Rodrigo Astudillo, I would never sign him as a coach. So the capacity of the stadium, 5,895, so just under 6,000 is the capacity, and I think we've sold like 3,000 season tickets. So we'll have another quick look at the money. You can see how much money I made from pre-season friendlies. I made £500,000 gate receipts from pre-season friendlies. We've made nearly $1 million from season tickets. 970. Well, this season 1.2 million has come in from season tickets. Just over $500,000 from gate receipts. We also sold a little bit of merch. Made 100k mainly from just selling Avery. We've also made some interest money, which is nice, but of course expenditure is going to be mega. Last season we only spent £432,000 in total in wages in the whole season. We've spent nearly half of that already, and it's the 8th of August, so wages are going to absolutely destroy us this season. It is going to be tricky, especially because I've gone over budget just enormously, but I've propped us up a little bit with all these pre-season friendlies, which I'll now refer you to now. So this 3-1 win over Liverpool, absolutely stonking. We also lost quite heavily to Spurs and Arsenal, but I mean, that is, you would expect. Tottenham came with their first team, and unfortunately, depressingly, Sadio Mane kept scoring for us. I had him on trial for a few of our pre-season games. He kept scoring for us and playing really well, and a single tear rolled out of my eyeball with every goal that he scored because I can't sign him. What's really frustrating, right, is that he has actually been in France long enough to get nationality. He should have a French second nationality. He's been there for 2,000 days. He only needed 1,825. He should have a French dual nationality. It's so annoying. In the editor, I almost broke and cheated and gave him French as a second nationality because, to all intents and purposes, he should have it. He should have a French dual nationality, but he doesn't. So I can't sign Sadio Mane. I'm so gutted. Let me know if you think I should cheat and just give him a French second nationality. I decided not to do it because it clearly is cheating. Players will just get their second nationalities when they want to, but my God, I really, really, really want to sign Sadio Mane. Really upsetting. So anyway, yeah, we got dicked by Spurs, so you'll like that one, Gaff. Van der Vaart hat-trick. Asamoah Gyan, Iago and Dawson with a 90th minute stake through the heart. We also lost 3-0 to Arsenal, but this 3-1 win over Liverpool actually featured an absolute wonder goal from John Welsh, of all people. Just a worldie from John Welsh. Just quickly watch it, I'll just show you it. I didn't even know he had it in him, especially against his old club, but he is obviously well up for this one. Let's have a quick look. We had 4 shots on target and 3 of them went in. They don't have that dodgy Belgian bloke in goal for all of you, those of you that, if that's what you're thinking. But they obviously had someone equally as bad. Just check out this John Welsh goal. Unbelievable. We still had Thor Lange in our team for this one as well. Jadson back to Welsh, absolutely batters one in from the edge of the box. Lovely goal. So yeah, we actually did pretty well pre-season, I thought. We beat RB Leipzig 2-0. Obviously, we were always likely to beat Wellingborough. We played pretty well against both Chelsea and Newcastle in losing efforts. Then we thrashed Carlisle, and then we absolutely thrashed this Odland Abertonians, who I decided to have a quick game against at the last minute just because I wanted to. I hadn't actually played myself any of these friendlies, and I wanted to take control of the team for one friendly before the opening game of the season against Exeter, which we are about to play. So as you can see, we actually had no, don't cheat. No, good. I'm glad that you all agree. I wasn't going to cheat, and I haven't. I mean, I had the option was staring me right in the face. But I decided against it. Yeah, Chris M, I did. Thank you. I did enjoy the rest after the 24-hour stream. I probably could have streamed yesterday, but I had an absolutely searing headache. And also I didn't have any of my own work to do, like no voiceover jobs came in for me, and so because I didn't have anything else to do, I decided to just sit on the couch and play Uncharted all day, which I did. I completed Uncharted 4, and I've started playing Uncharted 1 remastered, all of which, I think they're only free until today, those of you that have got PS4s. Uncharted 4, what a brilliant game, especially for free with PS Plus. Incredible title to get for free. In fact, that you get all 4 of them, the whole Uncharted collection. So I'm currently back to Uncharted 1. Not as good, obviously, because it's much older, but the remastered version looks great. So playing all of them. Yes, all you've missed is that we've been going through the new signings. Jordan Henderson, I think, has gone to Newcastle. Here we go. Let's have a quick look for him. Which one's it likely to be? This one, because I've starred him. Yes, he did actually sign for Newcastle, Jordan Henderson. So there you go. There's Hendo. Is that the Jadson? Well, no, it can't possibly be, but I don't know who the Jadson is also. No, it is just a Jadson. He is a regen. Who is the Jadson? I bet there's thousands of them. Oh, there's not too many. Who is the Jadson? Who does? Oh, is it this Jadson? Is it that one? Is that the one you're talking about? It's not him. No, he's at Man City, if that's who you're talking about. I assume he is the one that's come from Shakhtar. Yes, there he is. He's at Man City officially. So no, it wasn't the Jadson. Owen, where are we predicted to finish? Not high. Let's just quickly find the table. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I felt a bit bad about it. So we're predicted to finish 15th in the table. I am now an icon of the club, on the way to being a club legend. Favoured personnel, Astudio, Bartos, Mamute and Will Hughes. So there we go. I am now an icon. What about the bookies? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to find that. Is there a way of searching? Oh, yeah, there is a way of searching. Let's see if it says odds. So I've still got that. No, haven't got it anymore. It must have gone. I don't know, but we were not among the favourites for the league. Not among the top favourites. There are some really good teams in our league. So let's just have a quick look down our division. I mean, we've got Jamie Vardy's Fleetwood Party. I assume he's still there. Yeah, he is. Oh, they've got Saido Berahino. Oh my goodness. Saido was really good on this. He doesn't look very good. But he was at Brentford for a bit. Yeah, I forgot about that. Did he go to Brentford? Was that just in game? Did he actually go to Brentford? I don't know. Well, anyway, Berahino, he's a good... Berahino and Vardy up front is going to be a problem for everybody in this league. Oh, they've signed Pritchard as well. My God, they've got Alex Pritch. They have got such a good team. I was looking at this Lever Corbinong centre-half, old big hair. They have got a very good team, Fleetwood. I don't know where are they predicted to finish. 11th, Jesus Christ. If they're predicted to finish 11th, we are in big trouble. No idea who would be predicted to finish top. We've got my old team, Aldershot Town. Let's go through and see who's predicted to finish top. Aldershot Town relegated. Barnet down there as well. Bradford to finish third. Their home and away kits are far... What are they doing with those home and away kits? Far too similar. Bury probably relegated. Oh, rest in peace, Bury. Coventry are in our division. Crawley predicted to finish fourth. Yeah, the Bells. Eastbourne are obviously going down. They came up with us and they are not. They weren't even good last season, so they're definitely going down. Gillingham, the most unimaginative kits you've ever seen. Hereford are probably going down. Oh, Luton. Of course, Luton Town predicted to finish first. They got old Mendes Lang on the right. Nathaniel Mendes Lang, speedster. Got a couple of players in their first team squad who are unregistered, which is an interesting choice. But yeah, we've got some teams in our league, some serious teams. So this was the side I was going to put out from the beginning. I've got seven of the minimum of 6 I need trained in England. So we've got 7, which is Venema, Ake, both Akes. Robinson is on the bench, so I've already sorted out my team. I'd much rather play Dusty at centre back just because I love him, even though he's not as good as Robinson. But Robinson's on the bench. Basically, the reason I've got 7 is because Robinson, Welsh, and Williams. My bench is basically made up of players who wouldn't be on my bench. Williams and Welsh would not be on my bench. I would have Renato Santos in for Williams, and I would definitely have Drobnak on the bench instead of Welsh. But because in fact, I can have Drobnak on the bench instead of Welsh because I've got my quota. Welsh isn't bad, but Drobnak is just better. Look at him; he's a much better, younger central midfielder. I think I'm starting with Luboya as the ball-winning central midfielder. He's a little bit wasted in that position, but playing alongside Schneider, central midfield. Now I know that Schneider is left-footed, right? Here's another thing. I know that Schneider is left-footed. Oops, go away. But what I've noticed about my central midfielders is as they get forward, they often have to turn inside. They often have to cut inside. So I played the pre-season friendly that I played. I had Schneider playing left and Lubolia playing right. And they went forward and that seemed to be fine. But what tends to happen is as my central midfielders go forward, they don't drift wide. They tend to actually cut inside because my wingers are wide. So as Schneider comes forward on that right-hand side, he often is forced to cut inside, and actually that cuts him inside onto his stronger foot so that he can then play through passes or shoot from the edge of the box. I know that Schneider is left-footed and he's playing on the right, which seems counterintuitive, but from what I've seen so far, I think it's actually a better shout. He actually has 13 for long shots. What's Molnar got for long shots? Long shots 9. I might actually give Schneider occasional long shots. I might just say long shots sometimes. Because he does have 13 for long shots, which could be enough. If he does only do it sometimes, it could be enough for him to actually score some goals from that position. What about Luboya? What's he got for long shots? He's only got 10. Yeah, you need to definitely have to have more than 12 for me to consider putting you on long shots sometimes. Venner ahead of Robinson because I love Venner. Ajnani is annoyingly useful. I actually really think that Ajnani will lose his place to Mladen Grabovac before the end of the season. Grabovac is faster. He's a better finisher. He's got 19 for determination. He's got 12 for off the ball. He just tends to be, and because he's a striker, that inside forward role really suits a striker rather than a winger. He's also got 12 for dribbling, Grabovac, which I think is the same as Ajnani. Ajnani's got 14 for dribbling. So Ajnani's a better dribbler. But Grabovac is faster and he's a better finisher. So it depends. I do think by the end of the season, I think Grabovac will have displaced Ajnani as that left winger. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, Venner starts ahead of Robinson, even though that might be an error. The other thing about Dusty Venner is that he is naturally he's a covering central defender, whereas Ake is a stopper. And Robinson is also a stopper. So if I play Robinson and Ake, I have two central defenders who are exactly the same. I prefer to do that Vidic-Ferdinand, Vidic goes in to try to kill people. And if he misses somehow, or the ball bobbles loose, then you've got Rio Ferdinand sort of sweeping in behind. And I like to play with a centre-back who's a covering and a centre-back who's a stopper. Robinson is a stopper, so him and Ake are the same player, which is, I don't really want to do that if I can avoid it. So this is still pretty symmetrical. Yeah, don't worry. You wait till that Grabovac comes in as an inside forward. No, he's going to play. If I do bring Grabovac in, he will play there, I think. Because I played him there in that pre-season game and he was excellent there. So I think he'll be okay. The different with like Tim Avery and Sosa, they were both strikers who I retrained to be left wingers. Whereas I signed Grabovac I know he is primarily a striker, but he came to me being able to play in left midfield or left wing. So I reckon that'll be okay. So this is the team I'm going to start with. I think this is the team I want to start with. If I can sign Fabian Brandy, then Brandy will replace Williams on the bench. I think, and Grabovac. So then I have Grabovac and Brandy, who can both play in either wing position and can both play up front. So then we'll have really good attacking intent from the bench. So anyway, here we go. First game of the season, it's Exeter City away. I really don't know what to expect from this season, like every season really. I've got no idea what I should be expecting from the players. I don't know what to expect from our opponents really. We'll just have to wait and see. There aren't that many new faces in the first team at least. There's only Nathan Ake. I feel like Nathan Ake automatically fits into the team because his brother is here. So I feel like Nathan Ake doesn't feel like a new signing. He feels like he's always been here to me for some reason. So I feel like my back four is pretty solid. The two central midfielders are new, and that is a really important area. So we'll just have to hope that figures out. But then the front four are all existing players. They all know each other from last season, so there's no problem there. I haven't made too many changes. Like I said, Belmonte, I think will probably end up gradually being phased out. Or their goalkeeper is one of their key players, which is a little bit frustrating. They're playing a narrow diamond, so I don't need to get my wingers to mark in this game because my fullbacks can take care of it, so that's fine. We're also going to come across more exotic formations this season than we did last season, and we'll just have to see how our tactics work against them, because not having that defensive deep lying midfielder will at some point, I feel like I will have to go back to taking the central attacking midfielder out and putting somebody in that defensive midfield position, just basically shifting everybody back one to defend against better teams in this division. But we'll see. We're going to start counter. First game in professional football, everybody. First ever game as a professional side in a professional division. Exeter City against AFC Rushden. Exeter may be the most southerly team in England. I'm going to say that they are. I don't actually know if that's true. I'm going to say that it is. Early chance for Vinima to cross. Bartos. Oh, Bartos sticks it just wide. I've got a good feeling about the season. 1 month until Mike loses faith in the child and Panzer. I'm already worried about Panzer, to be honest, based on what my coaches think of him. See, look, Schneider. This is what I mean about Schneider playing on the right side of central midfield. Even though he's left-footed, he always he comes inside partly because he has to, because he's left-footed, but also naturally. I've noticed from last season, I've noticed from pre-season that my central midfield players tend to always cut inside for whatever reason. Oh, keeper's missed it. Hughes is at the back post. Oh, unlucky. Good. It's good to see we're giving them problems right from the off. That's what I want to see. Excellent stuff. Yeah, Nathan Ake doesn't look amazing, but I think he will. I think he will develop. I think he'll develop. We've also got some good. We've got good coaches and good facilities. I actually don't know what our facilities officially are, but we've got much better facilities than we did last season. Oh, who's that? Molnar! Molnar makes it 1-0. Brilliant wide play from Bartos. Runs the channels. Molnar makes up the central forward position. Lovely. What a great goal. Brilliant start to the season. 20 minutes in. Exeter 0. AFC Rushden 1. Brilliant stuff. Bartos goes down the line. Hughes cuts inside. Bartos digs out a cross. Molnar's unmarked. Sits down. Scorpion sit down kicks it in. Yes. Lovely. Great start. What a great start. Have some of that. Yeah, I mean, Fabian Brandy, who said that? Fabian Brandy. Penna. Hi, Penna. Fabian Brandy isn't amazing, but the problem is this homegrown rule. The homegrown rule is going to stitch me up. Oh, that's bad. Oh, Belmonte's made a good catch. Fabian Brandy is, a shit stirrer. I thought you said he's a shit striker. I think, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't really think Brandy is good enough for us, but the problem is that this homegrown rule is a problem. If we get any injuries to my homegrown players, then I'm going to have problems, because I'm going to need to call up my own under-18s to replace them. And most of my under-18s and reserves are not really very good either. So I'd rather know that if we lost Bartos and Mamute to injury, I'd rather know that I had a homegrown striker, even if he's not as... I mean, no one I sign is going to be as good as either of them. As I can't find a striker that's as good as them who's actually willing to sign. Did I look at Carl Darlow? I didn't, actually. You can't see the commentary. Oh God, sorry, that's annoying. Sorry. Yes, you can't see the commentary. Streamlabs has changed my. Hang on a minute. Sorry, let me quickly. Sorry, Streamlabs has changed the aspect ratio for some reason. I don't know why it's done that, but it has. Streamlabs is a law unto itself. There you go. You should be able to see it now. Sorry, everybody. There we go. Go on, Sneijder. See, he's just... Even though Snyder's playing on the right, I feel like he's always on his left foot. And I know that that's partly because he's left-footed. He could have done with a right foot there. That's for sure. Molnar, great ball through for Hughes. Hughes! Oh, Hughes flicks it into the top corner. What a great goal. Will Hughes has bought a pair of shooting boots in the summer. Makes it 2-0. What a great ball from Molnar. Defence-splitting pass. CM2, I didn't look at Carl Darlow as a goalie, no. No, I don't know why I would have. Why would I have looked at him specifically? Are you just asking generally? I just looked at who was on my list, and one of the Annex was on there. I can't remember which one, but he went somewhere else. I forget exactly where he went.
Tiny
Martin,
lasagna,
thank you.
Tiny pizza, tiny pie.
Thank you, mate.
Little tiny fried eggs.
Like, don't get complacent. Oh, no, don't be angered. Okay, calm. Okay, don't worry, I'll sort this out. Oh, no, I've angered Molnar. Oh, Venner's down to 27%. I didn't see that. I'm going to have to take Dusty off. For those of you who don't know why he's called Dusty, on my 24-hour stream... I'm going to have to put him as a stopper. On my 24-hour stream, we played a game called Guard Duty, which has lots of... it's like set in a fantasy world, and it has lots of colourful characters in it. And one was this great big guard who looked like a stone golem. Massive great bloke. Oh, Snyder! Oh, Snyder on his debut! Is it his goal? It is! Snyder on his debut. Gets it on his left foot. It deflected off at least 2 people on its way in. He won't care. Debut goal for Snyder. Let's have a look at this again. As Nani cross, Duffy only half away. Falls to Snyder on his left foot. As that comes off Duffy, Bartos and the goalkeeper. 3 players on its way in. Snyder won't care. 3-0. Lovely. Yeah, there was a massive guard who was about... He looked like he was about 8 foot tall and literally made of stone. And I said he looked like Gail Venner. And his name in the game was Dusty, so I'll just call him Gail Venner Dusty now. Oh, great header away by Ake. Cedric, I should say. Oh, that was a good move. Okay, how are we doing percentage-wise? We're doing pretty well. I'm going to give a few players... Oh, no, Hughes. Okay, we'll take Hughes off immediately. No need to risk him. Ryan Williams can come on. Do a little bit of wing play from Ryan Williams. I'll definitely, unless something changes, I'll bring Grabovac on for Ajnani, because Ajnani is on a booking and on 6.9. Schneider probably could do with the rest, but... I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll change Schneider. I don't want people getting completely knackered on their first game of the season. Cedric Ake is in remarkably good condition, 85%. He's usually down to about 60 by now, so he must have been doing some sprints in the summer. Oh yeah, Owen, yeah, take my off and we're beating them 3-0. They really haven't offered very much. I'm surprised Exeter, Bartos offside. I'm surprised, the possession's 50-50. You know, there have been games where we've had 3/4 of the ball and not been 3-0 up. So, yeah, Molnar got the first from a Bartos cross, and then Hughes... Oh my god, I can't believe he went for that. Luboya just went for... Lee Bowyer just went for a raker. Oh, what a great ball. Oh, Robinson, what's he doing there? I've only just realised that his name's basically Lee Bowyer. The real Lee Bowyer will be delighted, won't he? That his legend lives on. Tackles, headers, yeah, good clearances, good defending, good defendering. Oh no, we've got done there. Okay, we've got done there. Exeter have attacked. And they've scored. The wings are really dangerous in this game, as we know. I've been saying it ever since our very first season. I mean, we've conceded, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we've played pretty well. Let's see who actually gets caught out here. Fisher it's a good ball wide. Ake's a little bit out of position, really. Should stop the cross. And then it's a good run from him ahead of Luboya. Lee Bowyer's got caught. He's not going to miss from an inch. Go on, Molnar. Oh, Molnar just skinned everyone. Ajnani down the line. Back to the child. The child's got a cross on him. Oh, it's a great header. Is that Bartman? Yes, Bartman's off the mark for the season. Great ball in from little Melvin. Superb header from Bartman. Exeter 1, Rushden 4. They can have their goal, can't they? They can have it. Schneider's on 68%. I think I'll take him off, actually. Oh, yes. Stewart goes up too early. Bartos reads it brilliantly. We'll put Drobnak on for... Where is he? Snyder. Snyder's playing well, but let's rest him. Excellent goal. Superb. Rum and Milk, first game of the season. Well, we'll need to score 2 more. It's not impossible. Yeah, Lee Bowyer didn't cover well there. One of the problems with him being a defensive midfielder but not having any aggression or bravery, he's not going to throw himself in the way of stuff, whereas I think Drobnak's is a bit higher. Oh no, he's only got 7 and 8. Yeah, actually I've signed... Well, the thing is, I signed all of them not as defensive midfielders. I signed all of them as players that would play on the right side. I actually signed both of them before I signed Snyder. He's offside, surely. He's offside. I signed both of them before I signed Snyder, and my plan was for... Solius Senaskis and Welsh to be my 2 tackling midfielders this season, and for those 2 to be my 2 sort of forward-thinking midfielders. But then when Snyder became available, when Snyder popped up on my list, I couldn't not sign him. I mean, he was so good, and then that kind of changed things. Oh, great ball in, terrible goalkeeping. Actually, wasn't a great ball in; it was just a ball in. So yeah, both Drobnak and Lee Bowyer were both supposed to be forward-thinking central midfielders. But then when I signed Snyder, I realised that actually he was going to be one of my forward-thinking. So one of those 2 would have to change the defensive, and it was going to be Drobnak. I think Drobnak is a better defensive central midfielder than Lee Bowyer, but Lee Bowyer's more of an all-rounder, so yeah, we just have to experiment. I mean, this isn't going badly, is it? We're 4-1 up against Exeter away. Brilliant start to the season. Oh, Nathan Ake's on corners. He probably shouldn't be. It should probably be Dusty on corners. I might have to change that, because Ake isn't particularly great at jumping or finishing or heading or anything. Oh, Molnar's found himself wrong side. On his left foot, though. Oh, Molnar. Well wide in the end. Yeah, this is a superb start to the season, that's for sure. Oh, good header. Oh, push though. I was off the crossbar. Who missed that header? Robinson. Excellent result. Brilliant way to start the season. Away at Exeter. Exeter 1, AFC Ruston 4. What a start. Especially, yeah, underdogs. Well done on a great result. Exactly. Everyone's back. We're delighted. Oh, top of the league. Top of the league. Now we just got to stay there. Mike Dean was refereeing that one. Yeah. Krishak hasn't played well in goal. Good game. Yeah, thank you. Good start to the season. Very good. Very, very good. I don't know what our fixtures look like for games coming up. We'll have to have a look. Frustratingly, that Luke Ayling, the Yeovil centre-back, is on my interested list, but I can't afford him. I haven't got any transfer money left. Even when I did have transfer money, I couldn't have afforded him. I think his contract might be up at the end of the season, so I might try and sign him then, especially because he's playing for Yeovil, who, I mean, I know only one game has gone, but if Yeovil have a poor season, we'll definitely be able to take him. He looks really good. He was a really good... I think it was CM Tid that suggested him. He's a really good suggestion. Woodley won 3-0. Roger and Siminak both scored for Woodley. We'll have to definitely keep an eye on Woodley Sports this season because they're actually in the Northern Premier. So we'll have to definitely look out for them. How are they? So the goal difference is +3. How are they not top of the league? It is literally just organised alphabetically in this division. It's just alphabetical. If they've all got the same points, it then goes to club name. They should have called themselves Woodley Sports, then they'd be well top. Oh well, never mind. We'll have to keep an eye on Woodley this season because our players could actually get them promoted, which would be great. Yeah, that's good. They're all playing well. That's a good start. Oh no, Hughes. Okay, he's only out for 2 weeks. That's all right. Hughes is out for a fortnight. That's fine. Terry Brown, thank you for your generous praise. So Hughes is out. That's okay. I think we'll probably give Renato Santos a chance. I'm also going to play Ajnani in the next game instead of Grabovac. We'll drop Ajnani all the way out. Do that instead. I think that game went pretty well, I would say. Who have we actually got next? Oh, no, yeah. So the League Cup has been drawn. The League Cup first round. Our first ever appearance in the League Cup. And look who we've got, everyone. Look who we have. Reading. The return of Reading. In the League Cup first round. Yeah, Ayling is awesome. Yeah, he is. Vincente is the Spanish Ajnani. Yeah, Pompey are in our league. Yeah, that's true. Yep, so we've got a grudge match up next against Reading. It's pretty much just a case of what we do. Maybe those changes that I've just made, I might not be able to... thank you for the bits. Who's
lasagna, that? Tiny pizza,
Bill,
tiny pie.
Thank you for the 100 bits.
Little tiny fried
Yeah,
eggs.
Owen, yeah, you're not wrong. Diamond Ultra's first visit to the new stadium as well. Quite right, yeah. First game at the AFC Ruston Stadium. Revenge is a dish best served in the League Cup first round. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Iraq need a manager. I can't be their manager. Right, so we just need to decide what we're going to do. Some of it is going to be dependent on fitness because it's a midweek game. I'm more interested in the Gillingham game, to be totally honest, though we should... I mean, we do need to try and smash Reading. It's good to see that they're definitely missing a few players. Or they've signed Lee Griffiths, and he's ineligible, probably in prison. Adam Federici's on international duty. Jedinak is on international duty with Australia. Kasper Gorks is out. Isn't he... I don't know where he plays. Is he a goalkeeper? If he's a goalkeeper, which he might be... If they've lost 2 goalkeepers, that would be a result. But yeah, Reading are obviously still going to come to us with a very good team. Organise the seats. Yeah, Iraq in 2015, not a wise job choice. No, true. Luckily, I'm unable to take the job, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, I didn't want it. I didn't really want it anyway. I mean, it's a bit of a challenging environment, let's say. A team report on Fulham. That's not very useful. Telling me that their first team is amazing. I already know that. So I've been scouting a few players to see if anybody's any good. Lots of goalkeepers, in the hope that one of them might have like 3.5, 4 stars, so that I can sort of gradually... James Shea on a free transfer, former Arsenal youth goalkeeper, isn't he? Yes, good work, good knowledge. He's quite good. I was thinking, because all of these are homegrown. There are all homegrown. God, £925 a week. Oh God, I can. Oh, he's a backup. Okay, so what can I offer key players? Or I can only offer 140. Damn, I've really stitched myself up wage-wise. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't really need a new goalkeeper. I was pretty much just hoping if I could find another 4-star rated goalkeeper, that maybe I would try and phase Belmonte out altogether just because of the homegrown rule and the fact that he's old. And he's already got, his long-term plans are already out. I would be very surprised if he didn't retire at the end of the season once he's 37. Yeah, 2 seats per ultra, exactly, yeah. The season tickets that we've sold cover about half the stadium's capacity, which means all of you have bought 2 season tickets, obviously. So yes, I would say so. So yeah, Reading next. God, who do we play? I'm tempted to put my kids in. John Hanna, who is that? I've shortlisted him for some reason. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Final season ticket sales, 2,756, almost exactly half just under half the stadium's capacity. But of course, we need to have a small away end. So that's gone really well. Money must be looking pretty good. Yeah, looking pretty good. So we've actually made nearly 600k this season so far, which is going to completely fall apart very soon. Apparently I've approached Jeff Walker on loan. He looks like a decent centre-back. Homegrown. I just need homegrown players to just get them, just to pack out my squad with homegrown players, in the hope that none of them will ever have to play. But, if we get some of the long-term injuries that we got last season, could find myself in a real pickle. Yeah, 1 seat for us, the other for the beer. Exactly. The new Dog and Duck is going to be absolutely bouncing for this one. Absolutely bouncing. It's going to be very exciting. Do a quick check-in on the work that I did this morning. Make sure I don't need to record it all again. Please don't make me record it all again. Nope, nothing so far. Nothing so far. Good. Excellent. Okay, so we've got Reading in, 3 days? 3 days' time. I mean, really, it's a case of who we play. If Ajnani's not fit... I mean, the thing is that we've got a really good squad, so if anybody's under 90% fitness, I've got no problem throwing players in, like the new players, because they're all so good that they can all do a job. I actually lined up what I thought my first team was and then what I thought my second team was, like my strongest and my second strongest team. And honestly, there's 2 really good teams there. I would be curious as an experiment to see, not that I can do it, of course, but I would be very curious to see if I just had my second team as my first team, how well they'd get on in the league. I'd be very curious to see, but obviously I can't do that. So, but I would be very curious about it. I also am having I keep flashing back to the Everton relegation project, the race to the bottom that I played on the 24-hour stream. Those of you that weren't with us for that, I set myself a challenge of trying to get Everton relegated as many times as possible without being fired. I only managed to get through 1 season. It took forever. Who's this? Robert Moran. Another half decent. See, he's probably about as good as Headchick, but he is a homegrown player. So, yeah, he'd be a good replacement for Headchick as well. Good Nibey's got a new contract. That's good. Corley Woodrow is obviously good. I've done all of this overnight, and I can't even remember what I did. I did it yesterday, so I don't remember what I did. He actually looks like a half decent striker, doesn't he? Could be a decent third best striker in the squad. Well, I mean, we're kind of looking for somebody to be the third best striker in the squad. Let's see if we can get him on loan for nothing. I just need players to come in with no wages is the thing. Oh, Adam Dukes, look at how good he is already. Whoa, West Brom under 18's left back. Adam Dukes. Let's just see if we can get him on again. We'll see if we can just get him for nothing. He would be better than Panzer. I don't want to ditch Panzer. So Brahim Tran won't go to Wellingborough, but will he go to Woodley? Maybe. I don't want to ditch Panzer altogether, but I can see that he's not really good enough to be in this league. If I was being completely cold-hearted, I would have sold him in the summer and replaced him with someone better. It's only my just loyalty to him and the fact that I like his face is the only real reason I'm keeping him around. Have you asked the board for a stadium extension yet? I haven't, actually. It's probably not a bad idea. I did ask them for some sort of facility upgrade. I can't remember if it was the training or the youth facilities, but whatever it was, they agreed with me and they agreed that they would do it at a cost of £975,000. So that is something that's going to somehow happen. Maybe they'll take out another loan. Who knows? But it won't matter. We'll be in the Premier League soon, so no problem. We're going all the way to the Prem. I can feel it in my bones. No, I haven't got £14,000 to give you, unfortunately. Keep going, we'll keep going. Zeki Fry is the left back. To be honest, I'm not going to look because I've already got Tyler Blackett in the reserves, who's already a half decent left back, and I'm trying to sign that kid on loan. And I've got the Child and Panzer. I don't need to. Thank you for the suggestion, but I'm not going to bother. I don't need to sign loads of new players at this point. I'll just have a look. The ones that I've looked at are the ones that are on my... I tell you what, if that Zeke Friars was on my list, I would have already approached him. Because I spent all of... actually, Sunday, after I went to bed on Sunday morning at about 8 o'clock... Well, after the stream had finished at 8, I fell asleep at about 8:05. Tam came and woke me up at about 1 in the afternoon, and then I spent the whole rest of the afternoon doing all of this pre-season. Did a little bit of it yesterday, but I actually did most of it on Sunday. While I was trying to keep myself awake so that I didn't completely reverse my sleep schedule. And yeah, so Zeke Fries, yeah, I've done a lot of scouting. I just basically sat on the couch all day. Tam and I just put a load of TV shows on. We watched the whole first season of a show called Sense8 on Netflix, which okay, so Mamute refuses to go anywhere on loan. Let's just offer to clubs for loan. Can be recalled. Let's just see if anybody will take him on loan. I wouldn't have thought so. Bartos, Molnar, and the Child in the team of the week. Good for them. Al Bangura. See, Al Bangura was one that I had a serious look at. Al Bangura. Again, he's a homegrown player because I think he was at Watford, wasn't he? Yeah, as a youth. But he's been playing for Forest Green for the last however many seasons and hasn't exactly set the world alight there. Pretty much the only reason I didn't try and sign him, because I really like Al Bangura, the idea of him as my tackling midfielder. I've signed him on a previous FM or Champ Manager and he was amazing for me. So I've got quite... he actually doesn't want that much money anymore. I still can't afford it. Yeah, I can still only give him 140 a week. I mean, actual new signings are now just off the table. It's only loan players. Oh, they've got Eddie Howe as their manager. Oh, I don't enjoy this. Well, he wouldn't, because I've ruined Eddie Howe's career before. So he would. I understand his. No, I don't know. No, I can't. No, I don't want him. Yeah, I have ruined his career, so there's no wonder there's a little bit of animosity there. How quick did your Sunday go then? Well, it went pretty quick because I was asleep for half of it, and then I went to bed. I actually didn't go to bed until about 1 in the morning. Nobody wants Mamute on loan. Jesus. Okay. Kamil Wiktorski sticking around at the Mighty Diamonds, rejecting permanent contracts elsewhere to stay here for free. Good. Brahim Tran is going to Woodley on loan. That's good. Oh, I've got Hammer Buatsa. Coming in on trial. Hammer Buatsa. Another. I don't need another winger now. I've got Ryan Williams. I offered him this trial before I signed Ryan Williams on loan. So I'm not going to sign Buatsa, even though he looks pretty good. He's a 30-year-old winger. I don't need a winger. I certainly don't need a 30-year-old one, even though he is quite good. Compile match reports. Yes. He's going to be rated pretty highly. Oh, he's actually my third best left winger. Wow, Ajnani is a worse left winger than Williams and Grabovac. Well, I might actually play... I'm not going to sign Buatsa. We'll just keep him on trial for a bit. I am actually going to play Grabovac ahead of... Yeah, we've got a little bit of unfitness. Oh, the game isn't until tomorrow. I'm going to start Grabovac ahead of Ajnani. I've already decided. I just feel like Grabovac is going to be better than Ajnani this season. As much as I like Ajnani, and he's always been good for us, he's been reliable. Should I play Williams instead of Renato Santos? I do like the idea of Renato Santos being the new Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know. Tough one. We'll see. I mean, I might have to play a few people who I'm not planning on playing. I might have to give Jadson his debut instead of Molnar if Molnar can't get over 90%. But we'll certainly have. Maybe I should play Robin. I actually thought that Dusty did quite well at centre back in the last game. It was only. I mean, when Robinson came on, I didn't really think he did anything particularly useful. I might actually do my first nickname, because I keep forgetting to call him it. Dusty. I might actually start him. Keep him. So we'll definitely have Jadson at least on the bench, and I'll probably put Panzer on the bench as well. Moran. Who was that? Which one was that? That Millwall centre back. Yeah, he looks decent. He's as good as Hedchick, but crucially, he is a homegrown player. And he's going to cost us 0. So 0 is the kind of number I'm interested in. No, RVX, I have never watched The Expanse. What's that about when it's at home? Okay, Robert Moran is in from Millwall on loan. Good. So we've got some half decent loan players in, who are good supplementary squad players. They're not, going to trouble the first team. Oh, we've got someone called Walker as well, who's accepted. Oh, that other centre back. I don't think we need him anymore. No, he's not as. I mean, he's got good attributes in certain areas, but yeah, heading 8. No, I don't think so. We don't need 2. We'll just take the 1. Adam Jackson though. Yes, Adam Jackson. I am interested in, because I signed him again. He's another one. Unfortunately for me, I've signed him on a different version of Champ Manager or Football Manager, and he's been really good for me. The former Middlesbrough youth player. I think it can't have been Champo 102. It must have been another one. I'm curious about Adam Jackson though. He can also play right back. He could be the new Albrechtsen. So yeah, RVX, tell me about this The Expanse. Curious as to what it's about. Always looking for new shows. Oh, that sounds good. Sci-fi, political, film noir. The books are excellent. Oh, sounds good. Have you what's Gangs of London, Martin? Right, Jackson, please be my best defender. No, not even close. He's actually worse than that kid I just signed on loan. So that's put paid to the Adam Jackson experience. Already over. No, I don't. I would love to sign Kevin De Bruyne, but I don't have £4 million. Yeah, I don't have. Sorry. It's the only problem of approaching all of those Premier League reserve players on loan. Fabian Brandy, yes. Fabian Brandy, let's have a quick look at his personality. Balanced. Sounds excellent. Sounds like exactly what I want. Lots of favoured personnel to try and help me sign later. Do we want Fabian Brandy? He would replace Mamute as my sub striker. Even if Mamute is better than him, I would still. It actually says he would be my best striker. It actually says he would be my best striker, better, rated the same as, but for some reason higher than Bartos. So I think he's got to come in. Yeah, I'm going to sign him. I want him. I've wanted him since the beginning. He's been one of my key main transfer targets since the very start. I want him. Only if you take a shot of Brandy if he scores. Oh, that is good. I like that. Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I haven't got any Brandy, but I'll buy some specifically for that. He's in the squad. Loads of space left in our squad list. Excellent. AFC Russian signed Brandy. Super stuff. Justice for Mamute. Well, oh well. Whatever. Sorry, Mamute. Nobody likes you. Snap him up. Nice. Very good, Bill. Right, okay. Percentages. Okay, everybody's reasonably fit. That's good. Ajnani can be on the bench instead of Williams. That's all we need. I think that's all we need. Schneider's a little bit tired. Molnar's a little bit tired, but that's okay because we've got Drobnak. Got Jadson. Yeah, I think we're okay. Do we want to put... No, I think that's fine. I think that's okay. Oh, yes. I like the idea of Grabovac very much. In fact, I might change him to attacking. What difference does it make? Support will cut diagonally into the space behind the defence. Attack. Run directly at the defence. Well, he does have 12 for dribbling, but maybe we want him to be on support so that... Yeah, I think we'll put him on attack and Santos on support. What difference does attack make? None. Get past his man and get in early crosses for the forwards is what we want for sure. Okay. Right, okay. I'm pretty sure the League Cup early rounds are just one leg. I think it goes to 2 legs towards the later rounds, but somebody might be able to correct me in the chat. He is misunderstood, Bruff Cooper, but... yeah, he is misunderstood. This doesn't spell the end of him. I just need the homegrown quota. And Brandy is not only better than Mamute at the moment in terms of his current ability, but he is also a homegrown player, so he has a lot going for him. Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's Martin. Semis are 2 legs. Right, here we go, lads. It's Reading. Big game. It's Reading at the AFC Ruston Stadium. What a game. What a first game to play. Well, not counting the friendlies. Friendlies are just, friendlies. Our first actual meaningful game at the new Dog and Duck is against Reading, of all teams. It would have been better if it had been, Manchester United. But we'll certainly take Reading. Oh, they've got Ben Yedder right wing. Jesus Christ. They have got a good team. That Jem Karachan was the one that just ripped us to pieces before, wasn't it? Okay, we've got some marking for you to do. Oh, you're already on Mattock. That's good. Yeah, they're playing a 4-4-2. That Jem Karachan was just a total pain in my behind last time. Right, we're just going to go with... It's a shame it hasn't got revenge, because sometimes revenge is a team talk option, isn't it? Right, Rushton against Reading. We're going to go counter, because obviously we're not going to control this game. Counter seems like a good shout. Let's do it. AFC Rushton against Reading. Cool, he's got a good throw in. Oh, that's an extremely poor start. 1.5 minutes on the clock. Shotton's long throw. Schroers just turns around the corner, smashes it into the bottom. I mean, why aren't we wearing our away kit? Or why aren't they? What is going on with these kits? They're so similar. Schroers does well. Turns Dusty. Yeah, good start for them. Yeah, Jem Karachan was excellent in real life. Yeah, I would definitely sign him if I could.
Tiny of lasagna, tiny pizza,
That's
tiny
right.
pie.
Thanks, Martin.
Little tiny fried eggs.
Thank you for the facepalm bits. Failfish bits or whatever. Yep. Whoops. Not been a great start. I mean, again, Reading are far, 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 far better than us. Bartos into the box. Oh, blocked. Molnar. Oh, blocked. Oh, Bartos is offside. Ah. I think if we can just give a decent account of ourselves, that's pretty much all we can ask for. Reading are obviously a very good team. Even their reserve team is better than us. We already know that. Especially this Karachan, and Ben Yedder is really good as well. So they're obviously going to give us a hard time. We just have to, let's put these guys on defend. I might put Schneider actually as a deep lying playmaker defend, just to keep a little bit of, try and keep people back a little bit in midfield. Good header away, Schneider. Good tackle, Molnar. Excellent. Well, sort of. Nice shiny black seats. Yeah, I don't really understand why some of the seats are a bit weird coloured, but you know, and again, it's another thing I can't change in the editor. For some reason, the seats are all black. Oh, great header from Ake. Go on, Grabovac. He's done well there. Schneider inside, looking for a through ball. Bartos, Molnar. Molnar back to Bartos. Turns Marto. Oh, good move. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. We can play the ball around Reading. Oh, Molnar's going to get... Oh, I thought... Wormel in goal. Who's Wormel? Carl Wormel. Oh, look at how good he is. Jesus Christ. England under-21 international goalkeeper. What on earth? Jeez, oh. Okay, that's okay. Oh, Child. Oh my God, Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder against the Child is going to be interesting. Oh, what? Everyone's just caught out of position there. What happened there? I think it was a mistake, wasn't it? There was a ball just sort of smashed into the box. Schurers took a touch. I don't know where Belmonte's going. All over the place. Oh no. Oh, how was that not dropped to someone? Oh, I actually don't think we're playing that badly here. It's a shame. Shame we've conceded. That early goal was a real kicker. Yeah, Ake, Nathan is not having a good game. God, that corner came to so little we didn't even get to see it go in. Shotton's long throw-ins are completely stitching us up. Oh dear. Are there any slightly older free agents available? Well, I haven't got any money now, so no. Even if there are, no. So show me something else. I don't mind it being a young side. I don't think that's that important. I mean, we're playing Reading. This is not a game to judge the team. We're playing Reading. It's a shame because we're at home. It's a shame we couldn't be playing a bit better. The Child is getting ripped to pieces by Ben Yedder. Completely out of position most of the time. Ake's done well there. There is a way back into this game for us, though. We're not playing so badly that there's not a chance we could score. There is a chance we could score. Grabovac, he's taken on a few people today. Oh, he's had a go! Oh, what a save, Wormel! Oh, that was going right up in the top bin. Great save. Great effort, Grabovac. Yeah, my defence just aren't playing. I mean, they've got good players. Oh, Ake was there. Oh, Snyder. That's what happens when you put them on long shots sometimes. Just tries to score from 40 yards because he just can't be bothered to pass. Good ball. Schneider's a good midfielder. You can see it straight away. That's it. Go down the line. Ah, Peltier heads that way. Get under that. Oh, no. Good tackle, Ricky. Would have been a worldie, yeah, it really would. I'm going to have to take Nathan Ake off. 5.5 is just not going to cut it. I don't know if Robinson's any better, really, but I think I have to do something. Okay, we're going to take him off now. Disappointing, I've got to say, from Ake. And I might put Panzer in for Venema in the hope that he might be able to deal with Ben Yedder a little bit better. I realise changing two of my defenders out when we're 2-0 down isn't, you should really be just throwing loads of attackers on, but I don't know. I think trying to keep things tight at the back is we can't afford to concede anymore. I think my attack is good enough to score 2 goals, actually, in the last half an hour. But if our defence aren't playing well, then Reading will just score 2 more as well. That's my theory. Theory versus practice, very different things. That's what we need to keep Reading to. We need to keep them to, sort of limp shots from the edge of the area. That's what we need. Right, okay, I'm going to have to make some sort of a change here. 6.5 for Feliboya, not really playing very well. I think I might. I don't know whether to throw. I'm going to throw Jadson on because Brandy isn't going to be match fit at all. We'll change Snyder to deep line playmaker, defend, advanced playmaker, attack. Molnar can go and sit in there. No, actually, no, we'll just leave Jadson. Jadson will be okay in there. Yeah, give Jadson a chance. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I don't think we're playing badly overall here. They've we've put 3 shots on target. They've only had 4. So I mean, the fact that this game is 4-0 doesn't really make sense. Oh, the goal scorer is going to go. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Schruers is sent off. Right. Let's go control. We're at home against 10 men, even though it is Reading. I'm going to control. I think we should be able to control this now. Or that's given us a chance. If we can score straight away. Jadson immediately looks good on the ball. Molnar! Oh, good save, Wormel. What I was starting to say was, if we could score immediately after they've gone down to 10 men, then this is game on. Let's have a quick look at their formation. I've just gone 3 in midfield. Okay, that's all right. So actually, that means I should take my wingers off of man marking. Otherwise, they'll get pulled out of position. Don't need to mark the fullbacks anymore. There we go. Good tackle, Ake. Grabovac, unlucky. Yeah, Dale, sorry. Unfortunately, we drew Reading in the first round of the League Cup. Our first ever League Cup game, we drew Reading. Can you believe it? Of all the teams. Yeah, there's like 84 teams or whatever in the first round draw. We got bloody Reading. That long throw has ruined us. I should maybe think about that. Oh, no. Oh, good save, Belmonte. I might have a look and see if any of my players have got long throw. I don't feel like whenever I have somebody on long throw, like I had Albrechtsen on long throws last season, I don't feel like he ever did that. Like, actually, because they just cause havoc, it seems, those long throws. Even when you've got somebody who can't even make it to the penalty box with a throw, if you put it on long throws, all of the players all back right into the box on top of the goalkeeper, and even if the throw just goes, then it just pulls everybody defensively. All the defensive players are all just go well out of position. Santos has really not set the world alight on the right, has he? Where's he going? Oh, Jesus Christ. Joe Mattock has single-handedly owned the left. Oh, that is poor. That is really